How's it going? David from Comic Book Investments. So in this video, we're going to look at 5 keys that are dropping in price, cooling down, not as high as they once were, not breaking records at all. I'll break down each one of these comics and kind of give you my reasoning why I think they're dropping and what we can expect with them in the future. All right, first on the list is Fantastic Four number 4. This is the first appearance of the Silver Age Submariner. A 4.0 is down 43% from 6,100, now selling for 35.15. A 6.5 peaked in last year for 10,000, now down 33% for 6,670. And an 8.0 is down 24% from just not too long ago in April, selling for almost 20,000, now currently selling for 15,000. So what do I think is going on here? Well, there's a lot of hype, obviously, with Submariner being in the Fantastic Four. The Black Panther movie, Black Panther 2, obviously it was a lot of rumors, people were speculating, and then obviously we saw him in the first trailer, and then we saw him actually doing stuff in the second trailer. And that movie comes out, I think, in November, so a month from now. And, you know, the rumors are actually true. Turns out Submariner is in it. Now, why is this going down? Because that's what happens a lot of times. A lot of buildup, a lot of hype, and then finally when the character is revealed, that's when everyone's trying to grab their copy. And at the same time, people are trying to sell their copy. And so it just kind of floods the market. And then the hype starts dying from there because everyone that wanted their copy already has one, yet there's still people listing. And I still think this is a good book long term. It really depends on what happens with Submariner. Now, they're not going to bring in Submariner just to have him as a one-off. He is a huge part of the Marvel universe in the comics. So I imagine that he will be in some kind of maybe a TV show, maybe Submariner in the Atlantis. That'd be pretty high budget, something like that. Or maybe it will be a movie of his own, or he will appear. Now, that'd be really cool if they followed the Fantastic Four comic book. He first appeared in number 4, then Doctor Doom number 5, then they teamed up together in number 6. There's rumors that Doctor Doom is going to appear in Black Panther 2. So that'd be really cool if they team up and you got like kind of like this villain team up thing. Kind of cool. Not sure. In the end, do I think if you were the person that paid $20,000 for that 8.0 back in April that you are screwed for the rest of your life and might as well give up? I'm just joking. No, I think you are totally fine. At 8.0 at that price point, you'll be fine. I wouldn't worry at all. 5 years from now, 100% guaranteed, unless the world has collapsed, that book will be worth more. All right, Green Lantern 87, first appearance of John Stewart as Green Lantern. We got a 7.0 down 45% from $998 to $550. A 9.0 is down 53% from $1660 to $774. And a 9.6 is down 46%, peaking back in April for $5,500, now selling for $3,000. So why is this book down? Why was it going up to begin with? Well, they were going to make a Green Lantern Corps TV show. And it wasn't going to be centered around Hal Jordan. And I believe it was going to center around a bunch of different ones. Alan Scott, I think, was one of them. He's the OG Green Lantern. Guy Gardner, I think. John Stewart, and I don't know, a couple other ones. But it's going to be more of a collective thing. Could have been cool. But HBO scrapped that because the new CEO, David Zaslav, however you say his name, he's from Discovery. Discovery bought Warner Brothers, which is weird. Think about that. Discovery, which is, you know, I think they do Planet Earth stuff. That's cool. But they also do those like home improvement shows, which are awesome, but they're not like expensive, huge shows to make. But they made enough money to buy Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers owns a lot. They have news, they have all sorts of stuff. And DC Comics. So he came in there and he started cutting everything up, you know. Most famously, he got rid of the Batwoman movie, which was going to be terrible. Everyone knew it was going to be bad. Start cutting that up, got rid of all that stuff. And he's like, all right, I have a vision, which was weird that whoever was running DC before didn't have a vision, or maybe they're just so high on cocaine they couldn't just focus on one concrete vision like Kevin Feige had. Kevin Feige now, obviously, the MCU has gotten so huge, it's harder to navigate such a massive ship. But DC never really took off the ground. They're always all over the place. Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Like, it seemed like whoever was at the helm was just not bright. You know, the reason I can go into details. Nonetheless, John Stewart. I still think it's a good book. John Stewart was the Green Lantern, the main Green Lantern for a while. I wouldn't worry about this book. Obviously, it's going to take a nosedive in the near term, but in the long future, it should be good. All right, Batman, Vengeance of Bane. A 9.4 is down 54% from 230 to 105. A 9.6 is down 56% from 315 back in March to 139. And a 9.8 is down 59% from 1070 to 439. This is the first appearance of Bane. Surprisingly, minus the 9.8, like 9.6s and belows, they were all actually kind of trending upward. Even though the comic boom came and happened, everything else went down, it still kind of was trending upward. Recently, they've been going down. The 9.8 overall has been going down since the comic boom. Bane is a very good character, regardless. Will we see him again? I mean, we saw him in, what was that? Was it Batman and Robin? Yeah, that's the one with Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Bane. And then obviously we saw him in the Dark Knight trilogy with Christian Bale. Yes, with Christian Bale. And will we see him again? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a long time before we see Bane. But regardless, he's very pivotal in the comic books. If you bought this book for $1,000 at a 9.8 last year, I don't think we'll see $1,000 in, with everything going just normal, I don't think we'll see $1,000 in the next 5 years. In the next 10 years, yeah, I could probably see it. All right, next we got Raphael number 1. A 7.0 is down 75% from 600 to 152. A 9.0 is down 67% from 1225 to 401. And a 9.8 is down 67% from $6,000 to about $2,000. Yeah, these are down across the board. A lot of Turtle stuff is down, minus number 1, first printing, second printing. They're doing okay. Third printing is a little shaky. But anything beyond that, I wouldn't worry too much about this book, but if you're the one that bought it for $6,000 back in 2021 for a 9.8, oh man, you got to have a lot of things going right for it to come back to that price. Basically, Casey Jones is going to have to, because of the first appearance of Casey Jones, he's going to have to, he's going to have like a huge role in the upcoming movies, and the movies are going to have to do amazing. And then they have to talk about doing like a spin-off series, either a TV show or a movie. If things just keep going the way they are, not 5 years, not 10 years, 20 years, possibly. All right, last on the list is Marvel Spotlight 32, first appearance of Spider-Woman. A 9.4 is down 56% from 1,000 to 450. A 9.6 is down 60% from 1,500 to 600. And a 9.8 is down 44% from 6,500 to 3,600. Yeah, I mean, there's some rumors of Spider-Woman stuff going on, but nothing really materialized. I mean, this is still a decent key for our, Bronze Age, for Spider-Woman, but Spider-Woman's not like a huge character. I can imagine Spider-Woman appearing in random things here and there, like maybe a cameo in a movie at some point. Obviously cartoons and things like that, but it will never be like a huge character because it's a derivative of Spider-Man, which we already have a million of, and she is one of the least popular ones, at least right now, of the derivative Spider-Man. Obviously, you got Miles Morales. He's a derivative Spider-Man. He's probably the second most popular beyond Peter Parker, the OG Spider-Man. Then, you got even like Spider-Gwen is pretty popular. You have a bunch of other random Spider-Mans, but those are probably the more popular than Spider-Woman. I still think this is a decent book because of the fact that she's had her own line of Spider. I think it went to issue 50 in the Bronze and Copper Age. And then, she's also had different runs here and there throughout. And will probably continue to have different runs here and there throughout. but I think her best days are behind it, but that doesn't mean that her book won't increase in value over time. If you were asking me if you bought it for the $6,500 price back in 2021, I could see it coming back to that level in 10 years, 5 years, maybe. But more likely in 10 years is when you're going to come back to that price. At least that's what I think. Anyways, that's all for me. Have a great weekend.